Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Last time I made a video on H4 and Zoom. In this video I'll be talking about perfect pitch. In the video afterwards I'll either talk about analog obsession plugins or Blue Cat audio plugins. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe with the notification bell on, leave a comment and share with others. Perfect pitch, and I want to talk about what it is like. I would say perfect pitch is the same as being able to understand other people in a different language. However, if you can't read or write in that particular language, then you have the equivalent of perfect pitch without the theory. In my case, my knowledge of theory has fallen over time, but I am still able to identify notes or most simple chords. This is the same for me in Russian. I can understand most people, but I can't read or write in Russian. In the case of English, I can read, write and speak to others. In equivalence, this is what I would consider combining perfect pitch with standard music theory. Although this is easy for me to say, if you're someone that wants to learn perfect pitch, you have to just simply memorize the notes, the same way you memorize different colours. How do you memorize different colours? People see colours differently, but eventually, most of us that are lucky to see colours, we are all visually settled in eventually. Most of us know what red, orange, blue, green, purple, pink, etc. are. We don't know exactly, but we have a good idea, and the same thing goes with notes. You don't know the exact frequency of a note, but once you're there, you know what the note is. And if you're a really good mixing engineer, you will know the exact frequencies of each note by heart, which is considerably more difficult than just learning the notes itself. You don't even need what you call a reference note. When you listen to many songs, genres, and you hear different sounds, you eventually don't need to hear a reference note before you identify notes by their pitch. It all becomes second nature. I have a particular kind of exercise for you. To start developing perfect pitch, if you want to, I would recommend you learn 12 different notes on 12 different instruments. It has to be one note for each instrument, just to spice it up, but it can be any octave. If you want to take it further, you can start learning simple songs by heart. You can start using those songs as a starter. Sometimes, whenever I listen to anything that's remotely electronic or metal, I hear a bunch of different sounds which I consider music. There's many people that perceive these as just pure noise, but a minority of people will perceive everything as music. I think it would definitely be useful if I develop relative pitch, so that if I ever forget the pitch of a note, I can use intervals or find other ways to find a relation or distance in between the note I am aiming to identify. So here I have a project open. Let's go into Lab Spitfire and choose a particular instrument. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. So let's go for soft piano. So that's a middle C, C4 if for most people, but in the world of MIDI it might be a C3. So here we have middle C. Again, C3 or C4, usually people would call this a C4. In order to remember a particular note, you might want to associate it with a memory that you had, or a certain song that you've been listening to. Just practice it on songs that have middle C on, for example. It can be any 12 notes from 12 different instruments. That's just an example. Maybe you could learn the same note on the same octave on 12 different instruments or sounds. Then you try and remember C sharp, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B. B flat, B and C. Sometimes I have a thing where I know what the note is, but I don't know the name of its note. A bit like how I can't read or write in Russian, I will know what the person is saying, but I can't register the words or spell out the letters in my head of what they're saying. And it's the same with music. It's the same with notes. I cannot sometimes visualize what the letter is and whether it's a flat or a sharp note, and whether I'm going up or I'm going down. I get boggled down with that. So if someone was to just play a note, I would be able to play it back for them without going with the hassle of saying what the note exactly is. And eventually you will know exactly what each note sounds like. And of course you do it for different octaves as well. Pick any instrument you like. This is a free VST, by the way, so do take advantage of it anyhow if you like. If you're trying to learn how if you're trying to get perfect pitch, and if you like, you can do the same with sounds. Well, you're probably more interested in traditional acoustic instruments, but if you're someone like me, where you make music, if you make EDM music such as myself, knowing the notes and harmonics of all the sounds is just as useful. I'm hoping this is coming through because OBS doesn't record as much input as I would like it to. That's something that I'll need to sort out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment and share with your friends, and share with other people. Next time I will do a video either on Analog Obsession plugins or on Blue Cat audio plugins. Thank you very much.